Nancy Pelosi was feeling very high and mighty as she addressed the press corps today. When she was asked about how the new negotiations were going on funding border security, the House Speaker said, "There is not going to be any wall money in the legislation." The 78-year-old Democrat added, "It is not a negotiation for the president's sake." She went on to threaten the president, and that's when he shut her up, revealing his new plan. "You'll love this." Nancy Pelosi never was going to fund the wall, and she made that very clear today. When asked if the compromise will include border wall money, Pelosi said, "We are not having a negotiation over this right now. They are having a negotiation over there. There is not going to be any wall money in the legislation." And the leftist media is helping the Speaker of the House out by refusing to report on what is happening right now on the border. Fox News is reporting there are currently 3 caravans made up of tens of thousands of migrants headed to the southern border. Since there isn't an adequate border wall, the president ordered the Pentagon to send more troops to deal with the crisis. The Pentagon will send several thousand more troops to the U.S.-Mexico border as the military prepares to expand efforts to improve security in the region, defense officials said Tuesday. Acting Defense Secretary Patrick Shanahan told reporters at a news conference that the mission will place a heavy focus on watching for potential threats, adding they will be there to stop the caravans, Fox News reports. Yet, Nancy Pelosi pretends there is no crisis while she plays games and picks fights with President Donald Trump. After saying maybe we need more ports of entry, a foolish remark, Pelosi added, "It is not a negotiation for the president's sake." What did he say today? He said it doesn't matter what Congress does. I knew he wanted that all to himself. Pelosi actually has the audacity to suggest leaving the border wide open is meeting the needs of the American people. She must really think the American electorate are idiots. Well, never fear, the president has a new plan, and it really must be causing Pelosi much distress. On February 15, the committee will come back, and if they don't have a wall, I don't even want to waste my time reading what they have because it's a waste of time, Trump said in the Oval Office on Thursday. Because the only thing that works for security and safety for our country is a wall. Trump also accused Pelosi of playing games and said, "If they don't give us a wall, it doesn't work." By now most Americans have heard about how Trump can declare a national emergency and fund the wall, but the one huge hiccup in that plan is the Democrats will sue. What if the president could bypass Congress and fund the wall and not have to declare a national emergency? Unable to nudge House Speaker Nancy Pelosi, Democrat California, any closer to approving funding for a border wall, President Trump can move on his own without declaring a national emergency, according to a nonpartisan congressional report, The Washington Examiner reports. A new report by the CRS not only suggests that the president could obtain funding for his wall by declaring an emergency or by using other existing statutory authority, it provides a virtual roadmap, said a new analysis from George Washington University Law School professor John F. Bangseth. Trump's attorneys and advisors have been searching for every option, and insiders say on February 15, Trump will go forward with building the wall one way or another. This is a new option of not having to declare a national emergency, and it means Pelosi has zero recourse. In fact, all she can do is sit down and watch it happen. When President Trump reopened the government, it was with the Speaker's promise she would return to the negotiation table in good faith. Knowing that the president would veto anything that did not include funding for the wall, she in fact lied, but that's not all. It's becoming clearer and clearer even to many Democrats that this new party of Pelosi is all about playing political games at the expense of the American people. Even Barack Obama's former Border Patrol chief, Mark Morgan, is begging the president to stay the course. Morgan cites the many children who are harmed, many raped and even killed by the coyotes. "I don't understand why anyone would be against developing a process that stops that from happening," he said. Morgan states that it's the Democrats who have turned this into a political issue when it's not. This is about a crisis at the border, and calling walls immoral is ludicrous. American citizens have lost loved ones and their separation is permanent, unlike the Democrats' complaints about the illegal kids being temporarily separated from the parents when taken into custody. Nancy Pelosi has already lost. President Trump is moving full steam ahead, and the wall will become a historic landmark in years to come.